All right, I am here today to do a short video on rebarreling a Savage rifle. Bear with me, I'm not fancy yet and I don't have a camera stand or anything like that, so I'm going to try to hold the camera while I do this. The reason I wanted to do this is I had a Savage 110, don't mind the marks, it's a deer rifle, left hand 270 that I shot myself. I have a boy now who is hunting age to be able to go deer hunting, and he's really interested. So what I wanted to do is get something a little bit more kid friendly. That way we don't scare him off and make him, not enjoy it. So I thought, why not go with a 243? They shoot nice, they're flat, they don't recoil, there's hardly any kick or recoil to them. Very, very nice deer round if you stay in the heavier grain bullets. I do go with 100 grain bullets. It is not a youth rifle, so I will be cutting down the stock. I've always felt that this stock was a little long, even for myself. So I got on Savage Shooters, their forums there, and started asking questions, and they were outstanding with the help. Very fast, very friendly. Any questions I had, they helped me out. I came across a Model 11 243 barrel. I don't know if you can see it in there. On Facebook, of all places, before they shut it down for sports enthusiasts. So I asked some questions on whether or not it would work. Everybody reassuringly said, as long as you don't go too wild, the calibers will be okay and you'll be able to rebarrel the rifle. So I went and bought a couple headspace gauges, a 243 and the 308 are interchangeable. So it's 243, 308, go, no-go gauges. I did. The factory nut that was on there was a nightmare. The barrel that I bought came with its own nut and its own recoil lug, so I reused those, or used those on the one that I purchased. So what I did is I was just fighting it. So I had a MAP torch and I just heated it up. I didn't get it red hot, basically it's cold outside, so I just heated it up until the condensation came off the metal. Wrapped it a couple times with a rubber mallet and my Savage barrel wrench, and it popped. It literally popped right off. I mean, there was no fight at all. Threw the new barrel on, messed with the go no go gauges just a little bit to get everything right, and now I have it perfect. One of the biggest questions I had, and a lot of people seem to have, is the Savage 110s are a long action rifle. So with the 270, it's a long action, and you can tell the shell is quite a bit larger than a 243. One very, very nice thing though is I did not have to resize my bolt. And the reason being, let's see if I can do this here. I'll do millimeters first, and then we'll go over to inches. One of the nice things, it's like 11.8 something millimeters. But anyway, see if I can do this. The rim on a 270 shell is 11. Let's just go this way. 11, roughly 11.8 millimeters. Switch it over here, inches, 0.46 inches. Now, the rim on a 243 shell, there's the 243, is, go back to metric here, 11.87 millimeters. So 0.07 millimeters larger than the 270. So the bolt worked perfect. I didn't have to change anything, didn't have to buy anything else other than the barrel. Another question that people have, and I'm going to try to do this again, is with the long action rifles, how they would feed into the rifle. Let's see here. You have a 2-position safety. I just have it to where the bolt can move, no trigger. Okay. I don't know if we can get in here. Let's do this. Okay, now let's try that. Here's the 270 round in the magazine. The 110s also have an internal magazine. I know there's variations on the internal and external or detachable magazine. I'm going to throw this in here just for comparison. I'm obviously not going to close the bolt. But look at the difference in length. And that was my number one concern. I thought, oh man, I'm going to put these 243 rounds in here and it's not going to shoot. Something's going to happen here, and every time I go to shoot, it's going to jam. I'm going to have all kinds of issues. Believe it or not, I've only shot 10 rounds so far, and I have not had a single round feed improperly into the chamber. They're short, and what I do is I like to push my rounds all the way back to the back of the magazine well, just because if they aren't, they'll pop out and they'll feed incorrectly. So I push them all the way back here. I am not a huge fan of internal magazines. I never have been. They just, I don't know. I know different companies make different ones and they're better or whatever. There's always an endless argument on it, but I like detachable magazines, especially if I'm using a coyote gun or something like that, you know, and I need to get in and out of a vehicle. I will never get in a vehicle with a loaded firearm, so I really like the detachable mags instead of having to pop out every round. But outside of that, I mean, the action feeds absolutely perfect. There are no problems whatsoever. I did set it a little tight. When I feed a 243 round in there, I intentionally set a little snug. So when you go to close the bolt, you got to give it a little bit of a shove to get it down. It's not overly tight, obviously, but I wanted to make sure that my headspace was okay. I didn't want to have any issues with headspace. I didn't want to have any risk of anyone getting hurt. Again, this is going to be my child's gun, so I don't want anybody taking any risk of being injured or anything like that. But that's about it. If anyone has any questions, just hit me up on Facebook, or not Facebook, hit me up on YouTube, and I'll help you out as much as I can. But again, thank you to Savage Shooter Forums. That's the number one place to go in my opinion. Everyone helped a ton. I had quick answers. Everything was great with them. Oh, and one thing I did do, one of the users on Savage Shooters says that he likes to torque the barrel nut down to 40-50 pounds. I actually, and it's got the barrel wrench has a 1/2 inch socket adapter on it. So what I did, I took my torque wrench and I put mine to 55 pounds, tightened it down, and then just gave it a couple bumps with the rubber mallet just to really seat it in there. But it seems, 55, 60 pounds seems to be fine. I can see right here I've got I can check for movement there, and it hasn't loosened or anything like that. I've only shot about 10 rounds, but I will say that I've thoroughly enjoyed shooting the 243 more than the 270. 270 does have a little bit of a bump to it. 243, I mean, you're not much bigger than a 223. So it's a fun round to shoot. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope this helps, and thank you.